waterproofing industry or the trade itself is probably a unique trade. We talk about it not being a recognised trade, but the reality is it's like a linchpin because it will integrate landscaping, concrete, tiling sometimes, the linings and plasterboard trades, plumbing trades, bricklaying. So the fact is, a waterproofer can't just understand how to use a membrane. They've got to understand how the other trades connect because they've got to be able to join those dots. And that's the other thing I see all the time. So, you know, that training also needs to involve, it's probably more than just the membrane itself. I know when we've held our courses, we've got to talk about how they're going to impact other trades. Correct. And understanding that. You know, no good waterproofing a shower and leaving a bulge like this in the corner, and the tiler's going to come along with his trowel and just cut it square, and then he's buggered the membrane up, and then, or you know, we go and put a bitumen membrane on an underground wall for a basement, and then find the texture coating guys come along, they can't stick to it, so they get a grinder out and take it off, and then damage the waterproofing. And that's why, you know, the key is to integrate a whole lot of knowledge that the other trades are connected to, and then if we are going to take it further as an industry, integrate those people of other trades or institutions that can understand where waterproofing sits. Because the reality is, as you know, Barry, when something goes pear-shaped, it's not just the waterproofer that gets called in. You know, the builder, the trade before the waterproofer, the trade after the waterproofer, and these guys that look at cutting corners with or shaving dollars off the square metre, when it's not done right or they've gone with a cheap option, when they're going to go back, the first trip or second trip back to go and see the problem is costing them the money they thought they saved.
Well, the average cost of a balcony repair is somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000.
Yeah, and no waterproofer would make that money.
And no waterproofer would make that money. No. So if your waterproofing's failed, on something that's probably cost you $3,000 to $4,000, are you going to go back and spend $20,000 to $30,000 in repairs?
And that's that's the point that you raised before about waterproofing maybe costing 3 to 4% of the cost of the building. The reality is, do the job properly with the option that might have been not premium but a little bit more on the security side. It's not going to double that percentage. It might be another $10 a square metre. It could make it 3.1% the cost of the building.
Exactly. Yep.
And so I just think the way around is, like I mentioned before, let's lift the demands of the trade. Let's lift the demands of the products that are used.
Yeah.
And we just got to try and get an industry movement happening to get it to where it's going, because this has been going on for far too long. There's a lot of names that you and I know that have been in the game for a long time, longer than us potentially. And some of them are retiring and gotten out of the game, and nothing's happened in that period. So what's the legacy that we're leaving in this industry? As you said, the Australian population now is on a growth, and they ain't going anywhere. We're going to keep going that way.
Exactly.
The demands are, they might not be in the cities, but they're going to the rural sectors, and we'll have other towns that are going to bigger towns or small cities. So building needs to, from a construction industry, we need to get this right. I'd certainly welcome the discussion from anybody that watches this vlog on contacting Barry and myself, but we're going to make this work and see where we can take it to the next level, and let's leave our legacy in the industry for the country.
And happy to chat to anybody about it too. Yes, any input from anybody. But certainly we need to regulate and we need to educate.
Well, Barry, as usual, it's always a pleasure to have a chat to you,
thanks,
mate.
Phil. Yep.
And thanks for coming on. And go to the bottomless.
Yeah, go to the bottomless.